So I just wanted to come back at y'all with another video, and I just wanted to. I was already thinking of making a video on it, but I just now got around to it. Of course, to, obviously a topic that needs to be talked about. And, I just want to say first off, like it's pretty much talk. It's pretty much what's talked about too. Like if you already know, like I thought. I mean, I was like, I need to watch more of the Dark Side of the Ring episodes because yeah, it's really good. They one of the best documentaries on right now. Vice they got one of the best documentaries on right now. But yeah, I just I had to watch this episode because it was really catching fire. Especially it was because I suddenly saw how Twitter works now. Immediately when something goes viral or talks about, instantly goes viral on Twitter or blows up. And yeah, this was Rick was blowing up on Twitter. I know this is like my entertainment side of the channel. He's pretty much a celebrity too at this point. If you already don't know Ric Flair, when he's like one of the pirate, basically like Hulk, like Hogan, and Undertaker. I guess you want to say who else? Yeah, Ultimate Warrior. Many others too. Like like Macho Randy Savage. I've heard like some shit about him too. Not like real deep, but like the whole fascination. Rumors with that he. I guess he kind of slept with Stephanie, and this is like before her marriage with before her infamous connection with Hunter and everything like that. I got yeah. They say they was like saying this when he was a kid, but that's another video too for another day. But I just wanted to immediately talk about this because, I just wanted to say first that I'm just getting like sick and tired too of the stigma of it happened decades ago, and who cares? It's a new era now. We're in a whole another generation. It doesn't matter when it does matter. And when people say they don't, they're not defending. When you say shit like that, yes, you're defending and basically deflecting that it did happen. And a matter of fact, that it did. It still doesn't matter if it was years ago. Just like how people, like if a popular celebrity and anybody says like a controversial thing like whatever prejudice, discrimination about anything, or like very disturbing, degrading terms, or if they did anything in the past, it doesn't matter. Like just like God sees too. Like if you did something, like it could be centuries ago, and it could be centuries ago, and He'll still remember what you did. It doesn't matter how many years, it turns into. You're still going to be recognized, and you're still going to get judgment for what you did, and and I like that. Even though I agree, the social media is very toxic. Cancel culture is really out of hand. It's really out of hand now, but it still has a good suit because and I don't even know why Rick. I don't even know why Rick even felt the need to, because he only painted himself even just like horribly bad. Like he like just strictly more suspect. He actually deleted a tweet. He actually deleted a tweet, and I don't know if y'all saw it. Like some of y'all saw it on Twitter. I actually saw it too before. Like he actually deleted it to edit it because before he said his I guess his wife and lawyer and doctor or something wouldn't want to post something about it. Then he edited it out. Like that's even more. That's even more like discriminating or just more like he just like just doing it, not just acknowledging the fact that he just. I mean, it doesn't like just like paint to nothing. But it's just like if you didn't like do it, why feel the need to respond? Because the girl, obviously, the woman who was talking about him, that stay basically sexually basically sexually assaulted. Um, yeah, she was obviously doing this for attention and possibly more money. But it's still the fact. I still, I was observed that fact. It's just that the fact that, and then the confirmation to me is I wasn't really surprised already because I'm already aware. Just like the few, if you already like me, or the few out there, like who already know that at this point, everything is basically being exposed. It's like it's like we're in like our time of Moses, or Moses in his era, or Noah in his ark. Yeah, where every celebrity now, like if they were pharaohs back in the day, like they're being exposed. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't. It's not that we're not in the 70s and 80s no more. You can't be. Yeah, we're not in the 70s and the 80s anymore. Like you can't hide. You can't try to hide. Whatever in your home, or hide behind wherever that you try to hide behind. Like it's social media, and you got basically everything that watches all over the world. So it's no hope in hiding from the internet, because you're going to get got. Whether you were whether your era was the 70s, the 80s, or the 90s, or 60s, you're still going to get got. It doesn't matter. But yeah, like I said, like I'm just so sick of that stigma, of rape culture. It basically doesn't matter. Or obviously, we had victims, or obviously people who actually were victims, or not victims, were not were try to seize and exploit the person that allegedly whatever raped or sexually assaulted them, for basically just like notice, or money. But yeah, like I said, it's still Rob Van Dam was just a confirmation of the fact that he still, and I kind of don't like him now too, because he basically didn't do nothing about it. Like he was one of the ones that basically, he did say he was the only one that saw it, because she said, the woman who's basically talking about accusing Flair, was Dustin, aka Gold Dust, or Dustin Runnels. He basically was the only one that stopped Rick. But it's just like the fact that, and to try to say that he wasn't involved. It's just but you still like witnessed it. And I don't think I don't know if anybody like. I don't think swinging like your dick or your penis like a helicopter, where the fuck, or what, whatever he tries, they call it, I guess, or like shit. Any of my like associates that or people that talk try to do that shit to me, like that shit ain't funny to me. It's disturbing and weird, and it's just basically it's just another like aspect of Rick that's just really just like disturbing, weird, you know, anything you want to call it. Like it's just like Rick, the person in real life, he's just like really disturbing, and it's just like it doesn't make any sense that people try to like some people already know why they try to still yeah, like even the the geeks and the trash on Twitter that try to dismiss it, or they just say the ones that they still not, they're not supporting it, but then they still say it, the classic trope of saying it happened. It doesn't matter. Like I said, like they say it doesn't matter. It happened years ago. It's not the fact that it happened years ago. That's the fact that it still happened. And Rick, it's not like it's fake. Rick did it. And Rob was even working at, he basically is the one that witnessed it. and said and basically saw that yeah, what Rick was doing. It was, like I said, whatever you and your friends think is funny, but around anybody else that they might not think that shit is funny. And still doing it in I know they was on a plane, public plane, but it still was basically public plane. Obviously, other people too not gonna find that shit funny. This is another trope too of thinking celebrities and they think they can get away with whatever when that's not the case. Because R. Kelly's past finally caught up with him. Harvey Weinstein got his pay, and now it's Rick. Hopefully, he don't go to jail over this. I mean, obviously not, but obviously, yeah, he just basically losing his whatever his money. But basically, yeah, basically he's losing his money, his like some of his pride, his net worth, of how he lives right now, basically. And like I said, even though the woman was like the woman who was talking about it, obviously, you know, was the one that accused him and basically took him to court, and basically was just looking, I guess, looking for a way for money. It's still the fact that it still happened, and the fact that we still have that, and stigma or a culture that says, oh, I was actually call it. I mean, it basically is a culture because you have a culture of people, you have a culture of humans that believe that whatever happened years ago, just because it was basically a degrading, disturbing act of whatever lust or you know whether it's rape or any forms of rape. It does like it happened years ago. It shouldn't matter when it still does. Like he made a woman feel uncomfortable. He made somebody feel very uncomfortable, and he did it. And he still did it to somebody. And no matter how you try to how many settlements, money, outlets to try to push it and shove it under the rug, it's still going to come out. And documentaries like still or people that want to get the truth out, they're going to get the truth out, and that's what happened to Rick days ago. Like I said, like I still, yeah, like who wasn't a fan of Rick? Obviously, like Rick was just like he was basically, I guess, like he was the Stone Cold, in for fiends wrestling fiends. Sorry, he was like basically the Stone Cold for wrestling fiends in the '70s and the '60s and the '80s. Like Rick was very popular, and then obviously he had to run with Evolution. Like Rick was very popular, but that still doesn't change from the fact that he did what he did, or it still doesn't change the fact that Rick is a very disturbing individual. Rick's from the alcohol, to the basically damn near bankruptcy, and the countless of times too of getting back in the ring. I mean, it's like actually, that part I don't know. Love wrestling, but it's at a point where he's over like 70 years old. But that's not what this video is about. But yeah, like I basically said, from the alcohol, you know, and whatever he's, other disturbing stories that Rick has about himself. And I'm also hearing that, I don't know, it could be fake or, just it's basically another. Because there has been, stories of wrestlers just looking, or other people just looking, retired personalities or wrestlers from wrestling, and they just want to look for, yeah, what they call it nowadays, a bit of clout, or just like attention to themselves. Say whatever. Basically, yeah, like or they basically, and I don't support the other part too of like of now Undertaker being like basically called out for being a backstage bully. Yeah, I heard that the story too of him obviously having a part orchestrating. Yeah, Ruple, I think his name Rene Ruple, and when he said they took his the thing that really the act that really got to him was when they took his flag of his country. Yeah, I guess he represented, and they shitted and pissed all over it. And that's yeah, I hope that's not true. I come to expect the backstage politics. Obviously that can be like that can be like true now, sort of true, especially Hulk Hogan and Shawn being basically backstage bullies. Yeah, like there was no doubt that Undertaker was a bit of bully himself, and that's not, and I don't, and I, yeah, like I said, that's kind of that's wrong too, because you got people that there that still want to work. Come on, like we got to be professional, be professional, and just grow up, because nobody else don't think that that shit is funny, or come on, like that's kind of being childish. Yeah, I heard they edited him out of the already start. They started taking Flair. You know how WWE is doing nowadays too, because they got they pander to everybody. So they taking him from everything. They took him out the WWE intro. Of them saying basically it goes from the golden era to the new generation to the attitude era to the ruthless aggression and to now. But yeah, they taking him out of everything. He's being removed from everything. Like he is not out of sight. Yeah, yeah. It's a shame that that has to because I just like I understand it the two apart. Well, not really, but yeah, about obviously these people it's when these celebs or obviously wrestlers, these very popular wrestlers take you know they really take it their characters over the top, or they're acting over the top, and that's good to a certain degree. But when you start going as where you could do anything you want, basically, like get away with women, or like I said, where I was trying to say, like Shawn and basically the Rockers back in the '80s, before they got was basically before it's way before Shawn got who he is today, for HBK. I heard about them. Allegedly, obviously it's just a rumor, but it's not true yet. But I heard of him, and I hope that's not true, man, because I'm gonna be very sad. Because Shawn is just one of my very favorite, obviously like everybody else, like one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I put him at the top. He's literally the all and be all of wrestling, and hopefully it's not true, but they said they saying now that too. Basically, the other two parts now, the other hot topics from the plane ride from hell with Rick, uh, of him and Marty Jannetty, poison, and then basically it was like an H bomb they call it because they said the perfect, yeah, Mr. Perfect did it first, so they call it the H bomb, and the Rockers, Sean and Marty was doing that to women, and they would put in their drinks and whatever, basically like a date rape drug, and drug them and do whatever they wanted with them, and leave them out the hotel butt naked. I don't know who they heard from the wrestler from, but yeah, that was from that interview, and that's kind of blowing up too, and hopefully that's not true. Like I said, because damn, yeah, Sean's basically his obviously his very abusing drug past is documented. I didn't want to believe that too, but the way my character has changed, and my purpose and reality. Yeah, I'm I know it's not surprised, and especially what I know now about with the Matrix or and everybody. I'm not surprised about whatever comes out with now. So if it indeed pretends to be true about Taker, well, that's not really a big deal. But Taker, but it still very is because come on now, it's a professional place, and that's kind of died down. So I like that. It's kind of died down, but before it was just a very big like a school playground, and come on, like these are grown ass men, and you got them acting like kids. Like as far as characters go, I like that. I'll think that shit is hilarious, but as far as like when it goes to and as you as human beings, then that's when it has to stop. Like it has to stop. Like that shouldn't it shouldn't be a way of the workplace or because not all everybody is gonna be into that. And I'm not saying it should be like a activity or it should be there. It should completely be out because yeah, it's very childish and adolescent like. So and this is these grown men. So in sports, so it shouldn't be there. But yeah, like I said, man, like what can you expect? Rick, everything about him. I don't, cause unlike Scott, the one who knows like about Scott, unlike Scott Hall, well, it's very much known now about Rick. But yeah, unlike it wasn't yeah his like Rick's abusing problems, like wherever issues he had about him, like himself personally, it wasn't much a very big deal like Scott Hall and Sean. But even now that this documentary come out, no, well, it doesn't matter now. But obviously, this part about him, basically, you know, you know, sexual predator, is it's very sad. But at the same time, like I said, these celebrities get over and they get in over their heads, and they feel like they can do whatever they want. So it's a shame. And I'm recording. I just want to say I'm recording this from last night. So yeah, just wanted to say that. And yeah, shame that did happen. And basically too, because there's a very disturbing industry and wherever too. It's not just music and entertainment. It's in wrestling too, and NBA. What the infamous NBA? It's just that just the infamous NBA stars get down when when they cheat on their wives and have all these basically these or Insta or side chick thoughts wherever. There's an industry everywhere that disturbing like corrupt industry anywhere. So I'm not surprised that it's in wrestling. I can't believe Rob or like RBD. He basically trolling like he's trolling people who comment on his like videos too. So I don't know why he's doing that, but he's basically above that. But yeah, everybody can be touched. So that's the end of the video. Obviously, no promotion because this is very serious matter topic. And yeah, like I said, the main focus of this channel was not only to make you all aware and not waste your time and money on movies. I mean films, whatever like films primarily because you can't really I guess or yeah it's series too because you have to buy streaming services now or anything or anything like that just to watch a TV show. But yeah, not to waste your time and money on series, movies, and make you aware of what's going on in Matrix. And very controversial topics involving entertainment and into entertainment around wherever. That's why I'm talking about Rick. Yeah, it's just even more sad because yeah, next to Sean and Triple H and Batista, Undertaker, whoever. He's one of my favorite characters. Rick was also one of my favorite characters of all time. But and I don't know. I can't. I'll say I'll give. Yeah, I just because I can't. You can't. I hate like you can't. Obviously, like people can say whatever they want to say, but you obviously can't separate because that's basically still giving them a pass. You can't when people try to say separate. R. Kelly separate their music, separate the talent from the artist. And I'll give I can say like I have good props to their talent, but as far as everything else, it's complete sadness. I like this. That's why I say it's a great. Say social media obviously it's a toxic environment, but at the same time, stuff like this and yeah, celebs like Ric Flair, R. Kelly, or Harvey Weinstein, you know, it helps get them out, and it helps, and especially with the time, take them accountable for their actions. Because imagine they're like, social media was still big, but imagine if there wasn't no repercussions. It would still be like how it was. That'd still be like a nightmare. But so at the same time, I still appreciate the times we are in now, or with social media, because celebrities obviously they need to be held accountable for their actions. Like I said, it needs to die. Sick of the fucking stigma of rape culture. I won't say and I'm not saying that either nor because rape shouldn't be a culture. It's a disturbed you know it's an act that men predators individuals use to basically like um, overpower because it's not about where it's about to empower women, but like I said, sexual assault is a very big deal and it should be everywhere. So sick of the fucking stigma of because of how many years it is or how long it's been past it should be not heard of those individuals, and then they say they're not defending it, but then again they are, and it makes me vomit. So it doesn't matter because celebs will still be, or whoever makes that did that creates or commits that disturbing act, they'll still be held accountable, and that's all that matters to me. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Sad it had to become like this, but you know if you know wrestling, if you know Ric Flair, yeah, yeah, as everybody else, he brought this on himself, and he's paying for it.